Oh, not bad. Just enjoying this off season from NASCAR.
Hey,
Getting ready for a little short track racing this weekend.
let me start this over with. Good evening. We have Eric Wallace on the line here with Roush Racing. How's that?
There you go.
All right. Now, the reason why, because I'm recording the show and it'll be on YouTube probably tomorrow. All these shows are being recorded now, and they go to YouTube following day or the next. So you can watch. You just go to YouTube, type in "Whoop on Wheels," and you can pull up the show. How's that?
Awesome. You're upgrading, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
You didn't know you was gonna be a big star, did you?
Yeah, I know.
Eric, you
You've
should.
already won.
Are you going to be with Ryan Reed? Tell us a little bit about 2015 season coming up.
2015 season, as you know, at Roush Fenway, we struggled a little bit last year as a company as a whole. So they basically took the whole company and shook it up and made a new company out of it. Everybody's in different locations here and there. Last year I was with Ryan Reed on the 16 and was with Carl Edwards on 99. As we all know, Carl left Roush Fenway.
Right.
This coming year, I'll be working in the R&D center of Roush Fenway, and then I'll be carrying tires for Ricky Stenhouse on the 17.
Okay. Now, who took Carl's place?
Well, the 99 kind of disappeared, and then we got Trevor Bain coming up to the Cup Series with Advocare.
Okay.
So I guess you could say Trevor kind of took Carl's spot.
Okay.
But as far as people-wise, everybody just kind of moved in different locations between Trevor and Ricky and Greg Buffalo.
Okay.
Well, that's about the way it goes, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean that's racing. If you're not performing, then you got to do something. You know, it's a performance-based sport. So.
Yeah, I met. It's Talladega where we met Jack Roush.
Yeah.
And Jack gave me one of his cards. It's got a cell number on it. And I tried to give him a call a couple weeks ago, but I couldn't get nobody. But I'm not gonna give up. He's told me he'd do this show. He'd call in.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, a down to earth guy, and it's probably hard to get hold of just because he's so busy. He got his hands in the pie on a lot of things.
Oh, he's a nice guy. I had my picture. I bet you Jack ain't more than 4 foot tall.
Nope.
I didn't know he was that short when he stood up against me. And
Eddie ain't but 4'1".
No, 6 foot. Every bit of 6 foot.
I had to throw that in there, Eric. I gave him a hard time.
Somebody's got to, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to.
I got to keep him in line. If I don't, he gets so far out of line, you won't be able to whip him back in.
Now, Eric, do you the R&D business part of it, that's the development side, right? That you're going to be.
Basically, what the R&D is, if the engineers come up with a component or come up with a setup piece or something, then R&D will try it before we distribute it out to all the teams. So that way we're not doing a bunch of cars at once. You try it on one car and a few times and see how it works, and then we distribute to the teams. So basically R&D is we're the person that tries everything before they actually race it.
Yeah. So you're going to have your hands in on that.
Yes, sir.
Now, there's going to be a lot of, what I'm trying to say, a lot of changes with the cars next year.
Not a whole lot. I haven't really looked at the new rule package a whole lot here, but from what I've seen, there's just a few minor things, nothing major.
Okay. Now, have they, I got to get this in here since you're more familiar with it and probably any of the rest of them. You think NASCAR might not let them pull them back fenders out, or not fenders, but the skirts out as far next year, or not, or just leave them alone, period? I mean, you heard anything about that?
I haven't heard exactly, but I think it's time to put some kind of rule on it. It was getting pretty out of hand last year. The rear tire carrier, which is what I do, is the guy that pulls those things, and it was getting pretty out of hand last year. We were pulling the hell out of them things and cheating them up, and I think it's time for a rule to be placed on that.
Yeah, I do too. Because it's it's a good thing. Anything can be a good thing. I'm for it, and it's a good thing for the driver because as the driver said the car handled a whole lot better. But it's a bad thing for the driver that surround him.
Yep.
I'm
surprised it didn't cut as many tires down as what it did.
Right.
We had them so flared out there.
Yeah, I seen some of them look like that they had wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, on our part, as our part of pit crew members, it's dangerous on our part. As we're pulling them and they drop that jack, it could crush our fingers or get seriously hurt from doing that. So, just for the safety standpoint, I think they need to put a rule on it.
Yeah. Well, I know when I was doing it with number 4 team, we wouldn't even, matter of fact, we was in the garage and we was putting the bottom skirt on it, and I think it was on the left side. We had to cut the bottom skirt twice to get it where NASCAR wanted it.
Yeah.
Because, used to, they'd run around, with that, measuring, I call it the measuring height stick, that they make sure, that it wasn't too high or too low, and that skirt had to, be just right on it. And, we had to cut it twice. And I thought, that gum, I just thought it was just something there for looks.
Yeah. But go ahead.
No, I'm fine.
So Eric, your hands are going to be pretty. Do you think will you be more busier next year, this coming year, than you was in 2014? Your job.
Hard to tell. We ain't there yet, but I know I was pretty busy. And this year I was working 6-7 days a week, just doing Nationwide and Cup, and it just kept me wide open.
Now you don't think you'll be like that this time, right?
Well, I won't be on the road as much. I was on the road Thursday through Sunday every week last year. And this year I'll be, working in the shop Monday through Thursday, and then just pit the car on Sunday. So I'll at least have a couple of days off there during the week.
Yeah, you won't have as much. Oh, Ricky, I've been trying to work with that PR person. Her Andrea, I think's her name.
Oh, Andrea, yeah, she's a good girl.
Well, she's a good girl, but she don't answer my emails, and she told me in Atlanta. But I know there's so much going on that she'd get me Ricky back on the show. I've had him on before. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to her and see what I can do for you, but. They just got so much sponsor obligations and stuff. That's why it's hard to get a hold of them to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, when's is the banquet? Have y'all have the banquet yet, or is it this week?
Yeah, the banquet's this weekend.
Okay, it's this weekend.
Yep.
Saturday night.
I think it's Friday night.
Friday night. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Friday night.
Will you be at that, Eric?
No, I'm actually heading tomorrow to the 47th Annual Snowball Derby down in Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for them to get snow down there.
No, it's actually supposed to be 70 degrees all weekend. It's going to be nice.
It will. I know that, we, live up here in Tennessee, and they was talking about the weather, and they everybody's talking about how warm it's been, and they said, well, about around Christmas time, you better just batten down the hatches because it's coming.
Yep.
So
we'll have to batten the hatch down. We'll have to.
It's been crazy with this weather this year. It don't even feel like December being 70 degrees.
No, it hasn't.
now, I'm not complaining about it.
No, not at all.
No, Big G would never complain. He never complains.
Now, I don't like hot weather, and I don't like cold weather. This kind of weather is what I like.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you.
I like 70-degree weather, Eric.
Yeah, I swim a lot, so I like any weather that not too cold, and then when not too hot where you don't sweat.
Yeah, where you can leave the air conditioner and the heat both off.
Yep.
And my light bill can run $50 a month, but that ain't going to happen.
No.
They find a way to get you at least $200 or more. I don't care what you got or
That's
what
right.
you don't have on. They still get you.
Yeah, you ain't lying there.
And I work in my real job. I work for an electric company.
No breaks. No breaks, right, Big G?
No, I don't get no break. Just glad to have a job.
Right. Eric, I know you got a lot of listeners out there tonight because we tried to. I've tried to promo this thing all over Twitter, Facebook. This show tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, for everybody, that's listening and watching, make sure y'all go to speed51.com this weekend. They're going to televise and have the Snowball Derby race this weekend all on the internet. I'm going to be running down there. We're going to actually leave tomorrow. We head down that way, and we're going to race this weekend. I ain't got been working so much this year. I ain't got to race any, so it's going to be fun to go down there and race with them.
Is your sister racing?
No, I'm actually running her truck.
Oh.
Well, tell her you want to borrow the.
Her to sit out a weekend, let me drive.
Tell her to let you have the Camaro.
There you go.
Don DeBoer says, "Good luck to you."
Yeah, I appreciate it. We're gonna need it. We went down there last year and ran, and we're about 4 laps short from winning it. We led most of the race and got past the 4 to go and finished second. So we got another spot to improve this year.
Yeah. Well, Eric, I'm gonna tell you something. I always like having you on the show. And usually when I do holler for you, you always, if you can, you usually get on here.
Yep.
And you do a wonderful job, too. I just want to tell you.
Him and Kristen both.
You'll have me. I enjoy being on here.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you back on here sometime about, maybe before the season cracks open. Right around that time.
Good. We'll get ready for Daytona.
Yeah. I wouldn't care to have you back on next week just to talk about the snowball derby.
Well, we can do that, and hopefully I'll have some good results.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Let's just knock this dead right now. How about 7:30 next week?
Okay, sounds great.
And I'll give you 30 minutes of time. How's that?
Just send me a message, remind me, and I'll be there.
I'll do it. I'll do it, Eric.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all having me on, and y'all have a good...
And we'll talk to you next Tuesday night.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. Right there's a good fella right there. Eric Wallace. He'll be out there this year getting it again, boys. I'm telling you, and it'll be fun. We'll be right back. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Get ready for Morgan Shepherd. We'll be back. Whoop on Wheels, 99.9 FM.
Sure you'll be amazed. Big fun to be had by everyone. It's up to you. Sure they can be done. Young and old are doing it, I'm told. Just one try and you too will be sold. It's called a freak. They're doing it night and day. Allow us, we'll show you the way. Oh, freak out. You freak, says she. All that pressure got you down. put you down. Has your head spinning all around. Feel the rhythm, chant the rhyme. Come on along and have a real good time. Like the days of stomping at your boy. Now we're free. Oh, what a joy. Just come on down to the 54. Find your spot out on the floor. Ah, freak out. Live free, say she. Freak out. Ah, freak out. Live free, say she. Freak out. Ah, freak out. Live free, say she. Freak out.
I feel like I'm about to freak out here now. We're about to freak out down here at the WOOP On Wheels show here. I'm about to freak out because I got the headphones turned up too loud here. All right, the next person we're waiting on, Morgan Shepherd. Big D is talking to. He called in on the show here. That's Uncle D. Uncle D, Denny Snyder, will be on the show next week at 8 o'clock. We're just booking shows one after one here. And Uncle D will be back on with us, the handicap guy. They're talking about handicap racing. And Big G needs to call Morgan. For some reason, he's not doing it. He's still busy here. So, I will talk about their sponsors tonight. Yesterday's at Willie's is our major sponsor here. They're on in the plaza there on Mouse Creek Road, and they have a good garden burger there. They also have Big G likes the baked potato with full of barbecue pork all over it. And Willie and Renee are wonderful people there, so go by and visit Willie's at Yesterday's. And they've got all their waitresses are real nice there, and they just got a good staff there. Yesterday's at Willie's on Mouse Creek Road. Now, to be thin again, Weight Loss Center, go by and see Debbie. She can give you one of those injection shots, Lipodine injection, $15. 479-4389. That's supposed to help you, give you some energy, get you pumped and ready to go here. So go by and see them at 479-4389. Happy Tales Grooming Salon with Bridget Ogle. They have boarding there, folks. You can board your pets for a couple weeks, a month. It don't matter. And you come shaggy, leave happy is their motto there. And they do wonderful work with your pets there. So go by and see them at 2251 North Ocoee Street in Cleveland. 339-5777 is the phone number. And then we got Cheesy's Pizza on Ocoee Street there, right across from Ocoee Middle School. Big John there. And they've got pizza, starts out at like a $4.99 for a large cheese. But they've got Straboni, they got calzones, they got good salads, they got anything that you want there in the Italian line of pizzas. They're at Cheesy's Pizza. Go by and see them. I don't have that phone number right offhand. Yeah, let me look here right quick and I'll say it. Yes, it's 790-7889 at 2153 North Ocoee Street, right across from Ocoee Middle School. And they open at 2 o'clock in the afternoons, 2 to 10. And then Sunday, 1 to 9 p.m. And I know I'm missing somebody else here, some of Big G's people that he talks about. Oh, yeah, Heads Up Hair Design, Carmen Wilson. Go by and see her. She's in that Mouse Creek Shopping Center, just a couple doors down from Yesterday's at Willie's. And I've got to go see her because I'm getting a little shaggy there. And so go by and see her. and you can and she can tell you everything. She can help you out, okay? So go by and see her there at yesterday's. Not yesterday's. I forget the name of the place here. Heads Up Hair Design, Carmen Wilson. Okay, we got Morgan Shepherd on the line here, so let's put him on here. Big G.
Yes, Mr. Shepherd, go ahead there. Fast Eddie, Big G, go ahead.
What you doing, Fast Eddie?
Well, trying to talk about these sponsors here, and stuttering, and, makes it rough trying to do it. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. We finally got our engine program where that I'll have good engines next year.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm glad you got your engine program straightened out there then, Morgan. So you're going to run a whole lot better with them good engines now, right?
Morgan, you still there? What happened?
Hello, Morgan.
Morgan.
Did we lose him?
Yeah, you've lost him. See if you can get him again.
Should be able to just push redial.
Boy, I tell you.
I don't know. Crap.
Must be bad up there. Let's play a couple of sponsors here, and we'll be right back, folks.
To cash at Check Into Cash.
Get an auto title loan today for up to $2,500.
At Check Into Cash, you get the most for your car, and we make it quick, easy, and confidential.
Stop in for an auto title loan today or a payday advance for up to $425. Call toll-free 877-262-CASH.
Title loan amount determined by value of car and ability to repay. Borrowers often use payday advances over a period of months, which can be expensive. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Life is full of tough choices. Food choices. Greatness chooses all that and a box of dinner. With Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box, you get 2 medium one-topping pizzas, breadsticks, and your choice of wings, pasta, or stuffed pizza rollers. Or now get a third medium one-topping pizza. All that's just $19.99. Or you can get any pan, thin and crispy, or hand-tossed pizza, any size, any toppings for just $10. Go for greatness, people. Pizza Hut. Make it great. Limited time offer. Additional charge for stuffed crust pizzas and extra cheese. Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges may vary.
Introducing Hardee's new made-from-scratch cinnamon pull-aparts. Coated in cinnamon sugar, baked fresh every morning, then drizzled with warm, sweet icing.
Ooh, baby, baby.
They're as much fun to pull as they are to eat.
Pull it good.
Made from scratch cinnamon pull-aparts.
Pull it real good.
Only at Hardee's.
Get up on this.
For a limited time at participating restaurants. Available during breakfast hours only.
Hey, Morgan.
They must have given you a long leash. You took off.
I don't know what happened on that deal.
My cell phone dropped a call. Every now and then it'll do it down here, so better stay on the land phone.
Yeah, Conover's a rough area, ain't it? To try to keep it going there. How you been doing, Morgan?
I've been doing great. We just trying to get things caught up around here, so I can get busy on the cars, and finally got us engine program for next year. I'm really, really excited about that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I just said I'm not going back if I can't come up with a better engine program. So that's.
You will be back, right?
Yeah, that's out of the way now. And we just need sponsorship. We of course, Mr. Courtney, Carlos Courtney, they're helping me, but I got to just sit down with them and see how much they can, because when business is bad, it's not good for them, because they got 558 employees. So as long as things are good, I mean, they're able to help me, but I'll wait a week or so here. I called him today and told him we got one part of the program fixed. Now, I'm trying to buy a car from over at the Nationwide shop there at Childers. And I went in today to see him, and they was in a meeting. I come back an hour later, and they were still in a meeting. And so I'll try to get up with them tomorrow because I need a Daytona Talladega car.
Yeah, you need one of them super speedway cars.
Yeah, there's a lot of little details that makes a difference with those cars.
Well, now do they? I'm just gonna throw this out. I don't know. I know last I've heard, y'all still run the Jericho transmissions or different ones?
There's several different ones you can run. I used to run Jericho a long time ago. I'm with G-Force now.
Okay.
I really like the G-Force transmission.
What do you like about it more than you do the other one?
Well, I like the way the shifter is designed. There's no linkage on it. It's just a round shaft that goes to the top of the transmission, and it all of it's internal. Some of the transmission still has shifting rods on the side, and I don't know if Jericho is still that way, but it's much better when you just got the one shaft and it goes into the transmission. There's not as many things that can happen. Something hitting your shifters or whatever, you know.
Well, one thing I was wondering about this year too, here at the last part of the year, you know, we had a lot of drivers breaking their shifters off. I mean, what was mostly causing that? Was it hanging up, or they just kind of metal they's made out of, or what?
Well, there's two things. These teams, all these top teams, have really went all over the car, making everything as light and yet to be durable as they can. Well, the lightness probably has some of it, but if they have a high-pitched vibration, a lot of times that'll break pieces like that because the shifter is there just in midair, and so if there's a vibration, well, it really works on that part of it because that's, you know, almost like it's hanging out there loose.
Right.
A lot of people don't, well, there's not many people that knows about the harmonics and stuff that these cars go to. I can remember back in '68, whenever I built 230 and 250 cubic inch Chevy straight six. The 250 had these harmonics in it that it shook the flywheel off of it. The harmonical balancer would come apart, and the adjusting nuts where you adjust the valve lash, it would weld the threads together. So now that's really some strange harmonics. So the harmonics that's in engines can cause that stuff to break, and we don't have that kind of stuff as much as we used to, but the engine will still go through a harmonic. Just say the harmonics is at 7,900, and then it's 8,600, because it'll be several different stages that it'll go through. That if you was to run that engine and run it at that RPM for a long time, say like at a place in Michigan, you don't want your RPMs to be at a certain place because every engine has harmonics at different places. And if you was to be run at, say, the harmonics was at 9,200, and you're sitting there just screaming there at 9,200, and it not moving much, well, then it eventually break the crankshaft, brake rods, or it's usually the crankshaft is what harmonics does. They usually breaks cranks.
Right. Well, I don't know what's wrong with my microphone or what, but it's got
They sound like birds.
got bird or something in it. But anyway, I know that, the teams, want to make them as light as possible, or, make everything they can light as possible. But to me, I mean, I don't know where that, a few ounces would make that much of a difference on a shifter to, put a solid shifter type in. I've seen where that they've been aluminum, and they have holes bored in them, drilled in them, and,
Well,
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, well, with it happening several times, even happening one time, it looks like they would have stopped it and not let it happen again. But it's something that happened. I know of at least 3 times this year, and I can't believe they would not fix the problem so that it wouldn't happen again.
Well, I'm thinking it happened to Junior. It happened to Denny Hamlin, and I know that's 2 of them. And I was thinking Casey King had it happen to him.
Well, a lot of it is to do with what they learn on the chassis dyno, the angle of the engine, the transmission tail shaft in relation to the rear end, and I probably shouldn't tell this, but I learned something when I got one of Joe Gibbs' cars, a Nationwide car. When you're putting an engine in the car, you'll usually put it around 1.5 inches. The tail shaft will be 1.5 inches higher than the crankshaft is on the front of the engine. They usually work in those areas, but they found, if they move them down to 1 inch, they make a little bit more horsepower on the chassis dyno. Well, I got one of Gibbs's cars, and it was like 2 1/4 the angle was on it. Of course, you start affecting your air cleaner too. It makes it harder to get a good size air cleaner on it. You may have to come down from the 4 to 3.5 or whatever for hood clearance, because all that is affected. But anyway, when I moved mine up more, all of a sudden I noticed I didn't have no vibrations. And all of a sudden, I could run drive shafts all year long. Before, I was having to replace them every couple races, because after you run them a while, they start vibrating. It starts bending the drive shaft. But when I moved put more angle in it, it would everything be smooth, and the drive shafts live forever. And I know another team that had a lot of those problems, and that was Jack Roush. I hear them talking about the vibration they had in their car, and they got it down there to try to make more horsepower with it. It's tearing everything up, and I couldn't. I would listen to this on the radio and stuff week in and week out about these vibrations, and Jack seemed to be the worst of all the teams of always having a vibration. And it's just a simple thing. And Joe Gibbs, their teams knew more about it than the other teams, because you never did hear about Joe Gibbs tearing drive shafts out or having vibrations.
Right.
I mean, you just kind of pay attention to what's going on in the circuit, and then you try to find out what's going on. And I just happened to have one of the cars, and every time I'd have a crew chief or whatever around, he'd try to put my engine down lower. And every time he'd do it, when I go out to practice, I told him, I said, you lowered my engine. Oh, no, I didn't. No. Well, then I check it, and he did. He just raised it back up, and the vibration went away.
Huh. Wow. Hey,
some things that people don't know about.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Morgan, will Rick Wren, what do you think he'll be doing next year?
I don't know, really. We haven't talked in depth about anything. He's just still working through getting settled down in his new place, and he's been over with Mark Smith, helping them out, and you know, I don't know what Rick's going to do. It's a shame, man. He built several good teams there, and they all won races with him.
That's right.
Yeah, they did a lot of racing.
That's why I wished he was with you full time.
Yeah.
You'd probably do too.
Yeah, we're good friends, and it'd be nice working with somebody like that. I just wish we could come up with sponsorship that could do it. And you can't never tell. Mr. Courtney might be able to step up, but I don't know, how much he could. It takes a lot of money to be in this sport.
Yeah, it takes a whole lot more money than I know I got.
Yeah, my Social Security, I think I'm up to about $1,400 a month. It's kind of hard to race on Social Security.
Yeah, well, the only thing you got to do is go out there in the backyard and dig up more jars.
Yeah.
Do I need to find my way over to Eddie's house?
Hey, I can take you over there. Now he's the one who's got the money. He's got them old mason jars dug. I mean, you don't even have to have a locator to locate them. He's got them dug, all over his backyard.
Man, that's something else.
I guarantee you can probably go over there and probably find $200,000-$300,000.
Probably a couple old wooden nickels laying around somewhere. Be a mess.
That brings some money. As long as we wouldn't care what it was, as long as they brought money, we would, Morgan.
That's right.
See, then we could have us a race car.
All right, Morgan, before we let you go, let's talk about the charity now.
Okay.
The Christmas time, or we'll get it next week also, but
we'll do it all month till Christmas.
You got that right.
Yeah, we're starting to prepare up there. We're going to box everything on the 11th, on the 10th and 11th, and we go up to Stewart on the 15th, and we're getting ready to start to pick up product. Matter of fact, I got to go to Charlotte tomorrow and pick up 1,000 of 124 scale cars. And Ryan Newman's office called me today about coming and picking up some stuff. So getting ready to pick up a bunch of clothes, Tommy Hilfiger clothes, and we have a lot of nice product for the people.
Well, that's good to hear, Morgan, that you got a lot of people in.
Yeah, we just don't have any working people here, just me and my wife.
You and your wife, that's not enough, is it?
No, and unfortunately, as of right now, we're gonna not go to Galax. What we're gonna do is get with the preacher over at a Baptist church, and we're gonna send product over there, clothes and food and all kind of stuff. But we're going to go to Stewart to the Park Workshop and celebrate there with them like we always do. And that's the biggest part of our money goes to help those guys there at the Park Workshop. But we'll do things in Galax, but we won't be able to go over and put on the show and we usually do 1,500 bags of gifts and all different kind of stuff, but it's just me and my wife this year. Claude, our truck driver, he took off and went to Panama and got him a mail order bride.
Oh, yeah. That's
You're telling the world, Claude's got a mail order bride.
mail order.
Yeah.
He went down there and got married.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
So he's gonna miss her trip. He usually drives the truck and everything.
Well, now this Friday, Morgan, here in Cleveland, we're going to be doing that Share Your Christmas. It's food for the food bank and for other places, the needy places.
Yeah.
Churches and stuff. And I'll be going to work about 2 a.m. that morning and work till about 9 o'clock at night.
Well, that's good.
Be shot. But we'll get a lot of canned goods,
Yeah.
and it goes a long way.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. Y'all doing that. And we got Stots for Tots coming up.
Oh, yeah. Where's that going to be at? At the NASCAR institution?
Down at Mooresville, I think, the same place, and I don't have the information right in front of me, but or even the date. I just know that I'm signed up for it.
That's down there where Wortman is, I think. Brian Wortman.
Yeah.
He's about to get graduated, I think, from that NASCAR institution school.
Well,
I think he is.
Yay for Brian.
Oh, yeah, he's a good one. That's for sure. Now, Morgan, I've been noticing Roger Carter. I think he's got, you know who I'm talking about, don't you? Roger Carter Racing?
I know the name.
I think he's hired on Bobby Hamilton Jr. to drive in ARCA with him for one of his cars next year.
Huh.
That's what I read on something.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's ARCA, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yep.
anyway, Morgan, we're going to let you go and get relaxed, I guess. And we'll talk to you next week, and I've got Timmy Hill coming up next.
Yep.
You know Timmy.
Yep. Tell Timmy I said hello.
And let's see.
If his dad let him drive at 58,409 yet.
58,409. I've got it down to ask Timmy that. The last account was no, he said. I don't understand that either. Do you?
Yeah. When you rump on the gas on that thing, it humps.
Yeah, but Timmy could do it. He could make it hump.
That's what his dad's afraid of.
Oh, okay. I'm hoping he's got some good news for us, for his 2015.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know, but we'll find out in about 3 minutes.
All right. Y'all keep whooping it up. Thanks for calling.
We'll do it, Morgan. We'll get you next week.
All right, Morgan. See you, buddy.
Bye.
I appreciate all the race fans.
You got it.
Thank you.
See you.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Morgan Shepherd.
Yep.
What a nice fella.
I
You
like
can't
Morgan.
beat Morgan no matter what, and I'm glad he's going to be racing again. We need him out there. You know that
Yes,
as
we
well
do.
as I do. Go ahead, caller. You're live on the Whoop.
Hi, this is DJ from Massachusetts. Is there any truth to the rumor that Timmy Hill's going to be on tonight?
Timmy Hill is supposed to be on here in about
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Wow, I can't wait. He's my favorite NASCAR driver. I love watching him every week. And
I know I sent you a tweet on that. Did you not see it?
I did not. Actually.
Well, you check my tweets out.
I will do, man.
Eddie Redford 57. You'll see.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
But yeah, he'll be on here in about 2 minutes.
All right, sounds good. I can't wait.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
All right.
Timmy Hill's already got the fans calling.
That's right.
And when you got fans calling, it's all about the deal there. Timmy, we're ready for you when you call here. It is 7:29:08. We'll take another break here and wait on Timmy Hill.
That might be him.
That says him. Go ahead, caller. You're live on the Whoop.
Hey, good evening, Eddie. This is Timmy calling.
Hey, Timmy. How are you?
Good, doing well.
Hey, EJ called just now.
Did he?
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
He said, "Is that a rumor that Timmy's calling in?" I said, "He'll be calling in 2 minutes." He said, "Well, I got to get off this thing in so I can listen."
Well, perfect. Glad to have him listening, and glad to be on here for you.
Yes, and I'm glad that you are on here, and I'm glad you put that tweet out earlier. I got that. I seen it. Yeah, it helps. Timmy, have you got anything you can tell us about 2015 yet, or can you talk about anything about that for you?
I wish I had more to talk about. As of right now, I don't. I'm talking with quite a few teams, and as you know, last year or this past season we just finished up with, I drove for quite a few teams, and never had a solid deal. Just kind of picked up a couple races here with certain teams, a couple there, and just kind of picking up bones that some of the other guys drop off. Just trying to, rolling through the series and trying to be more regular.
Bouncing around a little bit.
Yeah, just bouncing around a little bit. So right now, I'm just still in talks with a couple teams, and hope to get something going. I'm trying to, partner with new people and get some sponsors on board, because that's always a big help if you can get some sponsors on board to support you for the race season. Because, as you know, Eddie, these cars run off of dollars, and that's a big part in sport nowadays. So, working hard. I know I can do it personally, but trying to get some partners to help out and hop aboard and try to help some of these smaller teams become a bigger team and just get rolling a little better. But I've been in the sport for 4 years now, hoping to make a fifth next year, and just trying really hard. I got some good leads. I have nothing to talk about yet. Hopefully,
that's good.
Things get rolling now.
But it's got to happen. Somebody like you, Timmy. I mean, I'm serious. A guy like you, and the type of racer you are, something's got to land. Something's got to happen for you. Good. I'm saying good. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah. I want it to happen too.
And I appreciate you wanting that for me. It's something I'm hoping for, and it's my dream to just make it to as far as I am now. So I can't complain. But just the competitor inside me, I just want to do better and better. So fingers crossed and praying, hoping things come together, and hope to continue on. That's what I really want to do, and I'm thankful to be where I'm at now. I've done what I've done. A lot of people can't say the same, so I'm just blessed to be doing what I'm doing right now.
And I'll tell you something, Timmy. It is something that a race car driver does more than just drive the car. You're having to get out here and help get sponsorship because, like you said, the cars don't run on water. I mean, and it's a shame that you have to get out there and do that part of it when if somebody else could do it, You know what I mean? I mean, where they could handle all the sponsorship stuff for you, where you could concentrate the other way. But I understand how it works.
Yeah, it's how these cars run now. I mean, the sports has got so expensive in the last few years, and it's been in the past. In the past, there wasn't quite as much engineering and simulations and everything that goes into making these cars run nowadays. The costs have just have risen so much since years past that it just requires so much more funding. So teams are just struggling. They're struggling to get to the racetrack and be competitive, and that's why you see these mega teams with Hendrick and Gibbs and all the bigger teams really outdo all these smaller teams. All the smaller teams are really just doing all they can to survive, and like I said, sponsorships and funding is what drives these teams to become better teams and develop and just get better. So it's tough. I enjoy meeting all the sponsors and different business people. It's different than the past and what drivers had to do in the past. But I mean, it's an art. I really enjoy meeting a lot of new people and putting a smile on the faces and making those guys have a good time at the racetrack. But it's all part of it. It's a big struggle, and but it's just part of it nowadays.
Well, Timmy, it's Big G. I've first time me and Five State met you when we left your all's hauler, me and him talked back and forth. And I'm not telling you this because we talk, we're talking here, and millions and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people listening all around the world. But we walked out there and we said, right there is a real nice guy, and we think that he's going to make it in this sport. That he's going to be a top-notch driver, and I believe you are.
Well, thank you. That means a lot, and it's it does mean a lot that you say that because a lot of people, I guess it's just tough to drive for lower funded teams. Everybody's doing the best they can to succeed in this business, and everybody's a racer and wants to do well, but it's just a tough sport, and we don't get quite the TV time as some of the other guys do, and I guess it's a struggle. Everybody's doing the best they can, just trying to succeed, and these guys are really trying to work hard. But I'm glad you say that, and hopefully I can make a lot of this come true, and hopefully in a few years, hopefully sooner than later, you can see me on TV with the best of them.
Well, I want to see and I don't want to bring back memories that people might be out there listening. That everybody knows Alan Kowicki and how he raced. He raced clean. He raced good. And you kindly remind me a little bit of Alan when he was racing back in the older days. And I remember Alan real well because I've been keeping up with the sport since back in the late 70s, and Allen was a low funded team, and nobody gave him a chance to win championship. But he went and showed them, showed people that a one car team and low budget team can win it.
Yeah, those are always really feel good stories. And in my rookie season in 2011 in Nationwide, we kind of had a similar story. We were a single car operation with Rick Ware Racing in the Nationwide Series, and in my rookie season, I was only 18 years old. We had a good sponsor. Fuel Doctor was the sponsor at the time, and I had a really good season. And it was a tough rookie battle, but we worked hard all season, kept the cars clean, and I think that season we didn't even wreck one car. We kept them all clean, and went in the Homestead, finished that race out, finished like 15th or so, and we ended up winning Rookie of the Year by 1 point. So you do see it every now and again of these smaller teams, single car operations. They're up against it, but you see every once in a while these guys, step up on top of the mountain and, rise to the top. So these feel good stories. They do happen still. It's just a lot of hard work goes into it,
Yeah, they are a lot of hard work. And I understand too that time, has changed, and the racing has changed in it, and it's got where it costs more money to race. And I think back when we was talking about when Alan raced, I don't know, I think a set of tires I've heard like $900 or $1,000 for a set or something like that, and what is it, $2,200 a set of tires, and everything just has doubled on from back in the 80s to up to now on racing. And you take everything that's doubled, if it cost you $200,000 to race a race, now it's costing you $400,000 or $500,000 to race a race. I mean, I'm just throwing out numbers. I don't know. You know more about that than I do.
Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers, but you got a good point. I know as far as tires, you're correct there. Nowadays, tires are $2,000 a set versus, I guess you were saying $900 back in the day. So I couldn't tell you all the numbers, but I know that for a fact. And the prices have just gone up. You mentioned tires. There's not a race I've been in for the longest time, probably 3 or 4 years. I've had a 1-2 race with a full set of sticker tires. We, as a small team, you got to try to cut costs here and there. And one of the things we do is we'll go to some of the larger teams and buy scuff tires off them at a discount price. And and some are given to us. Some teams really try to help us out, but a lot of times we're on scuffed tires and just trying to get by. And it hurts the performance on the racetrack, but that's what we got to do to survive in this business.
Boy, I tell you what, Timmy. I'm sitting here, been watching the numbers, and they just keep going up. Every time you call in on this show, it starts rolling. That's the good thing.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to do that for you. You got a good show here, and very relaxed, and I enjoy being on here. I'm glad the listeners they can tune in and enjoy it as well.
Yeah, a little bit different, Sirius XM radio, I'm sure, but we still, we like to have a little fun with it. We don't. And they do too, though. I listen to it. It's good too. They got good shows. They got good people. And we get some of them on our show.
Yeah, I'm getting one next week.
Yeah,
Brad Gilly.
Yeah, he's got Brad Gilly.
Yeah, 6:30.
Oh,
that's good. He'll have a lot of good stories for you.
Yeah, I like Brad and Buddy Baker. You're not going to find, I don't think, much of more of a humble person as Buddy Baker. I've heard people call in on his show, and tell him, how good of a race car driver that he was, and Buddy was a good race car driver, but he'll say, I just have to. He said, I was just out there driving the car. He said, I give that all to my pit crew. My pit crew's what made me who I was.
Yeah.
And that's just a humbling thing to say, when really you're out there working your tail off trying to get that thing to turn around them, around a racetrack.
Yeah, no kidding.
I had a question I need to ask you that Morgan Shepherd wanted me to ask you. Has your dad let you drive the 58-409? That's how he said it.
Yeah. He always likes to ask a question to me.
Yeah.
The answer is still no.
Well, now, what is the 58-409? I know
it's a Biscayne, ain't it? The one that Morgan had one time?
Yeah.
That your dad's got?
Morgan's never told you a story on that. Basically, Morgan's racing, my dad's racing, and Morgan actually needed a motor for his race car to go race Pocono, and he didn't have one. My dad had a motor, and I guess the easiest thing to do back then for Morgan was, he didn't have the money to go buy the motor, but he had a car, so they made a trade. It was a nice Robert Yates engine that my dad had, and he traded it for the 58 Chevrolet. So Morgan took the motor, my dad took the car, and still has the car today. And Morgan took that motor, ran it for a couple races, made a couple races in the cup race, and made all his money back. So it's one of those deals where both parties they made out in the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Morgan made his money back, and probably still wants the car back now. But
that won't happen.
We still got it. My dad's. I was just back home on Thanksgiving, and my dad has it up on jack stands. We're putting new tires on the car, and hopefully one of these times he'll let me drive it.
You need to take a picture of it and send it to Fast Eddie or something. I like to see it.
I would too.
It's a nice car. It's real sleek. I mean, we of course keep it inside, right in a little race shop where we had our go karts and stuff growing up, and it's still in a great condition. Just how Morgan gave it to my dad, so I'll have to do that. I have to take a picture of that and send it to you.
It's black, isn't it?
Yes, sure is. Yep.
Oh, I bet that thing's nice. I bet that thing's nice. And you're doing the right thing. He needs to keep it on jack stands. Once you sit it down with the tires on it, they'll get rust spots in them, in the tires. You know what? Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Better to leave it on jack stands, ain't it?
Well, the biggest reason he just won't put new tires on it. The tires gotten old and dry rotted, so has them on and off, and he's gonna put new tires on it. And when the weather starts warming back up, it fire back up and have it back on the road again. He doesn't drive it too often. Just it's more of a present and a good time. So it only takes it out on the nice days and just enjoys it just drives around town, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
Yeah, I've got one that's going to rot down on me. I got it in the garage. I got a 07 Dodge truck. It's going to sit there and rot down on me if I don't start driving it. It's got that big Hemi. It's got that big 6.7, I think it is, that license that they come out. Now it's got the full 5.4 on it, or 5.7 on it, but I'm not going to go through the story why it's got the bigger Hemi in it.
What we need to do, Timmy, is get him to put it in that NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series and let you drive it.
That'd be something else.
It's beautiful. It's white, and we could have some red put on it, like you like, and it'd look good.
I don't know if we get around turns with it or not. Might if we put a set of slicks on it, mightn't it?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
There you go. But yeah, I don't. Well, I even tried to get fast edge drive. I think I had to drive one time. Well, I drove from one end of the state of Tennessee to the other state of side of Tennessee. Then we was going to go to Atlanta, I think, or it might have been Talladega. And I said, "Now you're going to have to drive." He sat over on the other side and slept and yapped a little and slept and yapped a little. And I said, "Well, I can see he's going to drive for me." So he didn't get to drive the big Hemi.
Yeah. We'll be all right, won't I, Tammy? I'll make it.
Right.
I'll make it, but the numbers keep jumping. I'm not exaggerating. They just they keep going. They keep going up. And I know it's because of you, though.
You got a big fan base.
Yeah, because it always does, yeah. Now, 8 o'clock we got, I can't pronounce his name good, and I'll have to get him to pronounce it. And I'm sure he's listening to the show right now, too. Lauren Rainey, I think. He's the spotter for Jamie McMurray. He spots for Jamie McMurray.
Ranier. I call it Rainey. I don't know if the R's in there or not.
I'd say he'll correct us all.
That's
why I'm going to... I hope he calls in before he goes on the air, and I'll get him to tell us that name again. But, yeah.
Might be Rainer.
Yeah.
I can't say that other guy's name. Who is it that... Timmy probably know. He races in the Truck Series, and he's got that funny last name. I can't never...
Oh, Caraga. You know who I'm talking about, don't you, Tammy?
I know. Say that name again.
Number 77 truck, Jermaine Caraga or something. I can't pronounce his name either, but I do better than Big G does.
Yeah, his first name is Herman.
Oh, Herman.
Yeah.
It's Caroga, I think.
Caroga.
Caroga.
Oh, boy.
I just had a text here that says Rainer is the way it's pronounced.
Who texted that?
I think, Donna's the one that texted that. She thinks that's the way it's pronounced, she said. I will find out when he calls in here in about 10 minutes. I'm not good on pronouncing names unless it's Timmy Hill.
Yeah, he can't get no easier than that, huh?
I can't get no easier than that.
I was looking here on Facebook. It just popped up. Kevin Harvick, it's got a picture of him, and it's his deal, I guess. 1 hour ago, Instagram. Cheers from the top of Las Vegas. He's got a big Budweiser. Looks like he's had one too many, though. You can tell it in his eyes and his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I seen something on Twitter a while ago. Delaney was saying something about that. She hopes he holds up till the red carpet deal on Friday. So she said it's still sinking in that he's champion. He probably ain't woke up yet since he won it.
Timmy. That's where I want to see you at one day.
I tell you, I can't imagine the feeling he has winning a championship. I'm sure it's one he cherishes for the rest of his life, of course, and I'm happy for him. That's a good feeling. Yeah, hopefully you're right. Hopefully one day I can say that.
I'm hoping you get to.
I want to say it. I want to say Timmy Hill champion. See, we had that gentleman on this show several times, and he's champion now.
and listen, he's still the same person too. He'll still call this show because he done told us this is a laid back show. He likes it.
That's right.
I'm blessed, Timmy, with the Whoop on Wheels show. We've had a lot of good guests on here with all the NASCAR family. I've been blessed. There's a lot that I've wanted on here that I ain't been able to get, but I understand that situation. But you got to keep on plugging. It's just like getting sponsorship. I found that out, Timmy. It's like getting sponsorship. You got to keep on digging. I don't give up on them. I still send them. It'll happen sooner or later, I guess. I'm hoping. Anyway.
Well, we got a good one on here. We're gonna have it. We got a champion on here.
Oh yeah.
He might be champion this year or 2015. Be champion.
You're just looking in all three series, I guess, right, Timmy? Right now, are you trucks, nationwide, sprint, are trying to get a deal, or what are you really? Which one are you really wanting to go for? Sprint Cup?
Yeah, I mean that's the ultimate goal. I've been in the Sprint Cup now for 2 full seasons and part of the third season prior to this, and I like to stay there. But yeah, I mean you're right. It's NASCAR. They hold 3 really good national touring series race series, and any one of them would be a true blessing to be in. Obviously, I like to be in the state cup, but I'm looking everywhere. Whatever's open, whoever would love to have me. And like I said, working hard in a lot of areas to make that happen. And like I said, hopefully you send me back out there next year.
Oh yeah, especially with some sponsorship, they'll pick you up.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Timmy, we're going to let you go, buddy, but I appreciate your time tonight. It's always a pleasure having you on the Whoop on Wheels show.
Yep, I appreciate it, guys. I hope you have a good night and a good rest of your show.
All right, and we'll get in touch with you in about a month or so and try to get you back on here.
Sounds good, guys. Take it easy.
All right, bud. Thank
See
you,
buddy.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye. That's Timmy Hill, folks.
Timmy Hill.
Great Timmy Hill.
Would be good to have him as champion, having him on this show.
Oh, yeah. And like Morgan said, his daddy ain't going to let him drive that car.
No.
Go ahead, caller. You live on the Whoop.
Hello, Post Daddy.
It's Ella the Cougar.
Yeah, and I'm mad as heck.
All right, what?
Somebody's going around saying nasty things about me, said I'm a bad person.
All right, who done this?
I don't know. I forget. I didn't get to hear. Mark said it to somebody this morning. You know what? He better look in his own closet before he says something about mine.
That Ella, she's the Cougar, girl.
Hey, no, but if he's going around and seeing stuff, he must be one of those guys that's taking pictures, right? You don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say. You've caught me off guard on that one, Ella. I don't know.
Well, why is he saying things? You know.
Who said it? Who said this?
I don't know. I didn't get to hear him good because I have a hard time hearing sometimes. And I don't know if it was Sid or somebody, but.
Well, Sid always said he liked you.
Not all the time, he don't.
Well, I thought he did because he says he's took you to the over here to
yeah.
Pokies and.
Yeah, I know he did 2 or 3 times.
He likes you, he said. You know, as a friend.
Yeah, I know.
And Mark likes you as a friend.
I know. You know, I love him very much.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do know that. I do know you love him very much.
But it's, you know, he's a lot younger than I am, and I just let him go his way.
Yeah. That's about all you can do, Ella.
Yeah. But I can't help it if I got a crush on him.
I figured that out a long time ago. You had the crush on him.
Oh, yeah, a long time, right after we met.
What about that, Big G?
I don't have anything to say about it. It just floorboards me here.
It's knocked him out of his saddle here.
Hey, you got a red face, Big G?
Red?
No, I don't. I don't get embarrassed. It just, I don't know. It just floorboarded me. I'm speechless.
I don't like somebody talking about me because I've been with one guy, if I steady, in 30 years. And, you know, I think I had a right to go with that guy if I wanted to, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had the right.
Years old, man. Shoot.
Yeah, you're old enough to do what you want to do.
I know it, so.
Well, Ella, it's a pleasure talking with you.
Okay, talk to you later. I'm going to see the Collins Brothers Friday. I don't know if I can dance or not because I just fell in my apartment, in my room I got.
Will Mark be there?
I don't know. He wasn't there the last time he said, but I believe he was.
Yeah, Lord, I don't know, Ella.
You know, I know what he looks like, thanks, Daddy.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Hey, he come out of Walmart one day, and I was sitting over there with curlers in my hair on that bench, and he come out of there just a strutting with a suit on, black suit. And as he walked out the door, he looked over my way a little bit, then looked back, and then he put his sunglasses on, his blue sunglasses. And I know darn well that was him, and he didn't even say hi. I mean, can he even say hi to me when he sees me?
He had a black eye. I gave him a black eye that day.
Give another one. He needs 2 or 3 of them.
He's a good guy. Mark's a good friend. I've not talked to Martin in a little bit, but I probably ought to call in on his show one night this Thursday or Friday. Just call in. You know, I haven't called in a long time.
Yeah, I know it.
I sort of leave him alone. He's got his hands full.
Yeah, I know it. And I've got a lot of problems myself, but, you know, they think I'm crazy.
Well, I don't think you're crazy at all.
All God's children got problems.
I know.
Do you, Big G?
What?
You don't think Ella's crazy, do you?
Crazy in what way?
Oh, brother, here we go.
I just want to know what crazy in what way.
I'm very crazy in love.
There you go. That's what I was wanting to know, if you're crazy in love.
Oh, okay. I thought it was mental you was talking about.
No, I just want to know.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sky Ridge locked me up in a room.
Sky Ridge?
I told them that I was crazy.
Oh.
Where are rubber rooms up there?
That one. And they sent me to Louisville, Tennessee, up there. And I got help up there because all I asked them was for stronger medicine, you know, for my nerves.
Well, we're out of rubber rooms up there.
You just have to go up there and get you some tonic. Get yourself well. Take a little tonic, a little toddy.
A little moonshine.
Yeah. Anyway, I went to this place up here. I was there for about 5 days. And they were real nice people. And it says Peninsula, the hospital.
You got Eddie crying over here.
No, my foot's got me crying. Oh, Lord.
You got him crying, Ella.
No. Hey, Ella, we got a guy fixing to call in here right now, Lauren.
Let me tell you one more thing.
All right.
Well, I went up there and got, my medicine and everything straightened up. They asked me, said, do you want to go to the Milwaukee Mental Health? I said, no, sir, I don't. And he didn't send me either. That goes to show you ain't crazy.
Yeah.
I told him, yeah, let's go.
Excuse me.
No.
I said, let's go. We'll see which one's crazier.
Be in the loony bin again.
All right, you don't need to be in the Looney Tunes.
I know. Okay.
That's only me. All right. Hey, Ella, we'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That's Cougar. Man, we're ready for Lauren. Keep the phone lines open, folks. We got Lauren Rainey. Did you say?
Rainer.
Okay, we'll see here. All right, we got a dead call. That might have been him trying to call. Here he is. Go ahead, caller. You live on Whoop.
Daddy.
Yes.
I'm still in the floor like Big G. If the truth come out, she's in love with Mark Grissom.
This is, wait a minute now. I know who it is. Don't tell me yet. Who? Wait a minute. I know who it is, but I can't. Mystery man.
That's right. It's been a while.
It's been a while. The mystery still listening to us here.
Blast. Go ahead on. I'm sorry.
No, we know that Ella's not crazy.
Hell, she's crazy in love.
Oh, that's better then.
Crazy in love.
Keep going.
All right, see you.
See you, buddy.
The mystery man. He says Ella's just crazy in love. That's all.
Yeah, crazy in love. She must be on. I ain't saying that. Anyway, what do you think about that tweet I just got?
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's great, wasn't it?
We're waiting on Lauren to call. The Whoop.
I wonder if I can get Buddy on that same
Buddy
night.
who?
Baker on that same night. He ain't got no tweet account.
I need somebody for 8:30.
I know, that's what I was looking for.
And then we'll be done. Go ahead, caller. Hey, that's him. Go ahead. You're live on Whoop.
Yeah, this is Lauren Rainier calling in.
Okay, Lauren. It's Lauren, right?
Yes.
All right. This is Fast Eddie and Big G here. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing just fine.
Well, excuse me. This is a laid-back show like I tweeted you earlier or texted you earlier today. It's nothing bad, but will you tell our listening audience what you do in NASCAR?
Well, I do a lot of things, but primarily I'm Jamie McMurray's spotter.
Yeah.
I just want to know how you pronounce his last name first.
Who?
My last name?
Yeah, neither one of us can pronounce it.
It's pretty simple. It's Rainier.
Rainier. Okay.
Rainier.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we was pronouncing it Rainer, and we're from the South, so you got to excuse
you
us.
got it. Yeah.
Well, I'm from Kentucky, so I ain't far from you, bud.
Okay.
He's not far from us.
He's not, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, Lauren.
Eastern Kentucky, actually.
Okay, Lauren.
Now, Lauren, we've had a lot of spotters. I've had Chris Lambert.
Mm-hmm.
I have him on here quite a bit. I have, what is the other guy? Which he's not doing it now, I understand. He used to be Stenhouse's spotter.
Mike Kalanoff?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's been on here a couple times.
Oh, yeah. Those guys are real good friends of mine.
And real good, too. Real good. Derek Nealing?
Yeah, Derek. Yeah, he's my teammate.
Oh, he's good. He's great.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now, he is good on here.
Now, Karolowski's spotter, that's the one you were talking about.
No, the spotter 2. What is his name?
Joey Meyer.
Yeah.
Joey
Meyer.
What
a fantastic guy.
Mm-hmm. Good. All those guys are really good friends of mine.
Yep.
And Lauren, I didn't know this, but he's told us how he got his start in this. He's a pilot. He's Brad's pilot.
He is a pilot. He's been a pilot a long time.
Ain't that something? I mean, I thought it was something anyway,
Can you fly a plane?
Not legally. No.
Not legally, but you can fly.
Lauren, how is it working with Jamie? Good?
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. I've been with him off and on since 2002, and since he won that race when he filled in for Sterling Marlin, and
yeah.
So it's been great. We've won a few races, and he's a really good guy, and I've enjoyed working with him and being around him, and he's probably one of the nicest people you've ever been around. In racing or out of racing, just a good guy.
Yeah, he sure is.
He acts like he's really laid back.
Well, he's just a good fellow. What you see on TV is just the way he is. He's good people, and I know his family really well, and just been around him a long time.
And you're going to be back with him this year, too?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll be back next year in 2015.
Yeah. Now, Lauren, tell us about the Rainier family NASCAR legacy carries on in Kentucky. You know what you sent me. That's interesting. It is.
My father was a pretty prominent car owner back in the 80s, and had Buddy Baker, Bobby Allison, Cale Yarborough, Davey Allison, all drive for him back then. So we've been involved in racing for a very, very long time. My grandfather was an owner as well. Primarily owned cars in the 60s that ran in ARCA, and he ran cup races as well. So I've basically been around racing my entire life, my whole life.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we was talking about Buddy Baker a while ago. I was going to try to see if I could get him on for next week, and I thought, well, I don't really know how to get him because I don't think he does that tweeting and Facebook and all that. I don't think he does all that.
Yeah, he's hard to get a hold of. Plus, I mean, he's on the radio about every day now. Anyway, you know, on Sirius, you know.
Yes, he is. I've had him on here though, Lauren. I've had him on. I've even had the producer for Sirius XM racing NASCAR, Daniel Norwood. He's been on here.
Yeah,
and he's good. He's a good guy.
They're from here. His daddy or grandpa lives here.
Is that right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool.
Yeah. But, no, we was talking about that, and I thought, well, okay, so we're going to have Brad Gilley on here next week, and I got a hold of him, and he said he'd be glad to do it, and I thought, well, that'd be cool if I could get Buddy to get on here, but...
for sure.
You need to listen to our show some. I mean, it's on that, the WOOPFM.com. They're streaming there. You know. We're streaming now. We're all over the world right now.
That's right. Well, we'll check you out for sure.
Yep. Millions of people listen to us.
Well, that's good.
That don't scare you none, does it?
No.
If it don't scare you, I mean, it don't scare me, it shouldn't scare you.
It don't bother me a bit, man.
Nah.
So right now you're getting a little break out of the action, ain't you, Lauren, from NASCAR?
Yeah, it's a long season. You know, we basically go
a
little over 9 months straight, and we get a couple of weekends off. But it's a hard schedule, especially the last part of it, where it's you do all the, I think it's 17 or 18 straight weekends. So it's
yes, it is.
It's tough, but you know what? It's what we do, and it's just part of it. But we do have a little break now, which is nice. It's right at 11 weeks before we, from Homestead to Daytona. So it's like our summer vacation.
Now, with you doing spotter stuff out there, it's a tough job, isn't it, Lauren? I'd say to do that. You know, you've got to keep your drivers safe as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, the main thing is safety, and then the second thing is that he trusts what you tell him. That's really the most important thing. And so, Jamie and I have done this for a long time, and I feel like if I tell him something, he trusts what I tell him, and then I don't. I kind of live by the motto of no information is better than bad information. So if I tell him something, I'm going to make sure it's going to be right, and or I don't say anything at all.
Yeah,
I kind of live by that. So. It's worked out good. I mean, I've been watching these races my entire life. I grew up around it, grew up in it, and so I've got a pretty good feel for how these races go and how they play out, and so yeah, I've just done it a long time. I've probably spotted well over 1,000 NASCAR races since I've been doing this. So it's kind of second nature to me at this point.
Well, that's a lot of races to be spotting for. I guess. You're up there with all them other spotters, Lauren. I guess you probably hear quite a bit of arguing going on with some of them, don't you?
Well, primarily the relationship that we all have with each other is really good because we're together 38 weekends a year. It's kind of like when you went to school and you went to your homeroom class and you sat with all your buddies and that type of thing. It's kind of that feel.
Okay.
And they do argue at times if certain things happen, but primarily the race car drivers are driving the cars. All we're trying to do is assist them.
Yeah.
So we're not driving the cars, and we're not making the decisions on what these guys do. We're just giving them information.
Yeah, you're the eyes.
Yeah, they're making the decision, and we're giving information, and that's primarily how it works. So we all get along pretty pretty well. I mean, obviously some are, you're closer to some guys than other guys, but primarily we get along really well.
I guess, when I said, you're all are the eyes for the NASCAR drivers, but if you tell them go low and they don't go low, that's more or less that's up to them, correct?
Well, again, you're just giving him information. He's the one holding the wheel.
Right.
So he's got to make the decision on what he feels like's the right thing to do. And he may see it a little bit different than you do from his perspective.
Right.
And all you can do is give him the information, and then he ultimately makes the decision. We're not driving the cars.
Right.
The race car drivers are, and we're just trying to help. That's all we're trying to do.
Well, that's good information to know that, I don't really listen to the radio. When I go to the track, I don't listen to the radios. I used to when I sat up in the stands, but I haven't sat in the stands in probably the last 15 or 18 years.
Been a long time.
It's been we're in the pits all the time, and and we're in all the pits. We just don't go to one. We go to all the pits. We're race car fans. We do have our favorite drivers. We all like Jamie because, like you said, Jamie seems he's a nice guy off the track than he is on the track and all that. He's one of them that you can get around and talk to him some.
Yeah, that's true.
And Lauren, we go and that's where me and Big G here can get a lot of our stuff done, is trying to talk to talent and stuff there, spotters and crew chiefs and crewmen, and drivers and
owners,
and get to meet a lot of people and people that I've never met. I'll tell you this, my dream was always, one of my favorite drivers, or is my favorite driver, is Mr. Dale Earnhardt Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
And I had people that listened to the radio show said, Eddie, you'll never, never, never get to talk to him. I said, oh, yeah, I will. I'm going to one way or another. So we were in Atlanta, I think it was last year, and I met him in the media center. And I waited to come out of the media center and caught him out there. And, Lauren, I was so nervous trying to interview him that I dropped my phone twice trying to record it. Couldn't even, and he told me, he said, Eddie, you don't have to be nervous. He said, I'm just like you. I said, oh, no, you're not. And he knowed what I meant by that,
Mm-hmm.
But, anyway, he's a nice fella.
Mm-hmm.
Real nice.
Mm-hmm. He does. He's good for the sport. He does a good job.
Yeah. But I've talked to Jamie too, and Jamie's great. He's great. He's a good driver too. He can make one. He can make a wheel turn on that thing. I know that.
Oh, let me tell you something. Anybody that's made it to that level, even the guys that run in the back, are really good.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the highest level of motorsports in the United States. If you've made it to that level in any form or fashion, you're pretty damn good.
I think so. I think you're right about that, because if you can do it there, you've got. I've heard this before. You got 43, right? You got 43 are probably the best drivers out there. It's on.
That's absolutely true
in that sport. But now you can't count any one of the 43 winning all the time. Some of them from 20 something back, I'd say 25th or something back, may not ever. They're sort of in that category of staying there, ain't they, Lauren, more or less, because of funding, I'd say.
Well,
it
just depends on the situation they're in. I mean, you look at guys that do kind of rise like that. You look at a guy like Brad Keselowski 10 years ago. He was running ARCA and running nationwide cars and starting and parking and just trying to make a living, just trying to survive. And Dale Jr., you talked about earlier, gave him a break, and look at him now. Now he's a champion. So
yes,
you can make it. You can make it out of there if you've got the talent and the desire, and fortunately, like he did, get a break. Somebody give you a break. It's possible to do for sure.
Yeah, it takes that break. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's definitely possible to do. You'd like to see more of that. Actually, there's a lot of talent out there that probably never gets the opportunity, or gets the right opportunity. Let's put it that way.
That's right.
Yeah, that's I'd like to be up on top up there one day and just watch how everything goes. Not getting nobody's way, just kind of watch how y'all do your job. I bet it'd be interesting to watch how you all do it.
Well, you'd have to watch and listen at the same time. You'd have to have you'd have to scan a few guys to kind of understand what's going on.
Right.
If you were standing near somebody and you kind of scanned them and watched a little, it'd definitely be enlightening. It's a whole different perspective. It's funny though. It's a perspective that I'm so used to that if I'm not in that, like if I'm not on the roof, I feel displaced. I don't feel normal if I'm not. I've done it so long that if I'm not up there watching the race from that vantage point, it feels weird to me. A few years ago, we had a car. One of my car fell out of the race early with an engine problem, and I went down in the pits, and the race was going on. And it didn't feel right. It just felt weird to me.
Right.
Because you're not used to being there. You're used to being, watching it from a certain vantage point, and that's kind of what I've done for so long that if I'm not up there, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, like I said, that's one place I would like to be. Like I said, have a scanner with me. I worked on a race team there for a while back in the early 2000s, and that was one of my dreams I wanted to do and loved doing it. And I'd go back today and help some of them out. I didn't get paid. I did it for free because it was just something that I liked doing. I wanted to do, and they liked me so well. They wanted me to go to Texas with them, go to California with them. I said, "Whoa, hold on, guys. I got a job. I gotta go do." I said, "This don't pay my pay my food."
That's right.
I said, I like all of you. I said, you guys have been good to me, and I've learned a lot. I learned, and I know between 2000 from 2001 to 2006, things has changed a lot. I understand that, and it'd been a brand new learning curve for me. But I want to learn everything I can learn about what you all guys do, the spotter, that's one thing I haven't never been able to, do is listen to. I've listened to the spotters on the scanner, but be down, in the stand listening, but I hadn't never been able to, watch people's faces, and the expressions, that they get. And that's one thing I like to do sometime.
Well, it shouldn't be that hard to do.
And, but, I don't know, I know we'd have to probably get with, you or one of you, one of the spotters, to go up there and do that. But that right there would be something that would be, that'd be one of my other dreams. And I think I just about had to live it all out, except for driving a car.
We'll get you hooked up one day. You let us know what race you're coming to, and we'll get you hooked up.
Hey, we can do that there. We can do that. And, but I know y'all got a hard job. It's especially now. What do you think about the road course? You think the road course is pretty hard to do?
Actually, not. Well, when you do like Watkins Glen's a little bit difficult because we have to use 3 spotters. But when I do Sonoma, it's actually not that bad because we're actually on the side of a hill and the racetrack's kind of in a valley. Mm-hmm. So you can see 90% of the racetrack, so I basically do the whole thing myself, and I really enjoy it. To be honest with you.
Oh, good.
I mean, the restarts get a little hairy the first couple of corners, but by the time they get to the back side of the racetrack, they're single file, and you just kind of have to watch if somebody's going to make a big move down into turn 11. You have to kind of keep an eye on that, but. Other than that, it's I enjoy Sonoma. To be honest with you, I love going out there. I love the part of the country, and I like the race. And it's funny because the road courses have kind of turned into the new short tracks. They rub on each other, and strategy of the races and the restarts with the double file restarts, and it's actually pretty good racing, actually.
Well, another thing, and I'm like really about all the other race car fans that's been out there, hollering, going on. I ain't gonna say hollering, but more or less voicing their opinion. And if they're gonna keep this chase like this, I would like to see a road course in it. Kind of mix up a road course in this. A Watkins Glen or Sonoma or something. Mix it up to kind of make it more interesting. I think. I mean, what do you think?
I think it's actually a pretty good idea. Is to put a road course in the chase. It would make it definitely interesting, and the discipline of running those 10 races and throwing a road in there would definitely make it real interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, it wouldn't matter to me which one it was. Used to, I didn't like a road course. But I've got now where I'd rather watch them race on a road course, race on an oval.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of strategy and just the way those races play out now. They're actually pretty entertaining. I mean, I think it's pretty fun to watch. I actually wish we went to a couple more. Like if we went to Road America and Atlanta or a few places like that, it'd be really cool to see a few more in it, and then that would allow the teams to kind of focus a little bit more on their road course program. Only 2 road courses in the whole season. It's just it's almost a novelty. The races are, but if you had 4 in it, it'd be definitely it'd definitely make you work a little harder on your program, and then especially if you had one in the chase. I mean, that would really change the scope of road racing for sure.
Now, Lauren, I've heard you on Sirius XM before. You probably do some interviews like this on Sirius XM, don't you?
Yeah, over the years I've done several interviews.
I've heard you.
Yeah, with Claire B. Lang, I've done a few with her, and
Brad Gilley.
Yeah, a few other ones. Done several of them on Sirius.
Yeah, I won't get Claire on here. I talked to her, and her schedule's so busy. I can't blame her. She don't have when NASCAR season's in, she told me she didn't have but like one day, and that was Tuesday that she got to be home with her husband. And I can't blame her, wanting to spend time with him. I mean, I do the same thing, spend time with my wife. So
right,
I can't blame her for that. I mean, she's got an open invitation anytime she wants. I told her she's got my email address, and she said she said I get slowed down. She said I'll email you, and she said I won't be on your show. And it's just like all the rest of you. You got an open invitation anytime you just want to be on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope Lauren come back on sometime when I give him a shout.
Yeah, anytime.
And we're not going to take no more of your time because I don't want, I know you're...
Why are they welcome?
Well,
don't want to wear a welcome out with you, Lauren's what I'm saying.
It's good. You can wake me up in the middle of the night and talk about racing if you want to.
But we will. We'll get Eddie knows how to get a hold of you. Next race we come to, we'll look you up and see if we can't get up there and kind of watch a little bit.
That's
of it
right.
And see what you can go through.
All right. Well, sounds good.
Yeah, we like to go to Atlanta and Talladega, and I don't know if we're going to go to Atlanta this time or not, but we always like to go to Talladega.
Well, if you get Talladega, we'll definitely get you on the roof. That's an easy place to get up to.
Good. I don't care if I got to climb a 200-foot tower. I've done that in my lifetime. So
I found out though when we're there in person, Lauren, is where it really helps out. I could probably pick up some more spotters that way. To call in on the show. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You got to meet them.
That's a good one because there's a lot of room up there, and there's an elevator right there to the top. So you come to Talladega, we'll get you hooked up.
All right, we can do that. We appreciate it, Lauren. I really enjoyed talking to you. It's my first time talking to you.
Yeah, it's been our pleasure to talk with you, and I do want to get you back on here.
That sounds good. Anytime, just let me know.
We'll do it, Lauren. Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. What a nice guy.
Yeah. What about that? Take us up there and show us what he does.
Hey, we'll do that any day.
We will.
We like it. Go ahead, caller. You're live on the Whoop.
Yeah, this is Sid. Hey,
Sid Vicious.
Hey, BG, you got a pencil?
I got a pencil. You got a pencil?
I got a pencil.
Yeah, I got a pencil. What do you need there?
Well, Samantha and Kai's going to kill me. What it is?
Well, you just tell me what you got. Your name ain't going to have to be mentioned.
Man from Kyle.
Okay. What does HTT mean? Slash.
HTT?
Yeah, I know what that is. HTTP / Go ahead.
www. KyleBush.com /
Slash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slash throat?
No, just like a slash.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got you.
Info. INFO.
INFO.
I got it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. INFOM.
INFO. Info.
Info. INFO.
Info.
Oh, and tell Ella, by the way, I got cameras set out all around her apartment.
Now, Sid, don't do that.
Sid, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do it, Sid. Stop it.
Don't
Stop
do that.
No, this is a serious call. No, I won't.
Yeah, don't start that.
This is a serious call. You got that? Though?
Yeah.
We got it.
Okay, that has to be done on a big computer now.
I got the biggest computer that money can buy.
I'm going to put Big G on this. Get Kyle Bush, Big G. Right here's all the information.
I got it right here.
HTTP.
I got it.
www. All right, buddy. Thanks so much, Sid.
How are you at?
Thank you, Sid.
All right.
Hey, they're going to kill me. Samantha and Kyle going to kill me, but I went ahead.
What would they get mad for?
All right.
All right. Why would they get mad?
Maybe they won't.
He won't care. He's having a baby. Or Samantha is.
All
right. See you, Sid.
See you.
Bye. Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious.
You won't beat him. You just won't, Gerald. He's one of the best.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. Live on Whoop.
Hey, Pastor Eddie. This is Quentin.
Quentin Moore. How you doing, Quentin?
I'm doing pretty good.
You got about 4 minutes here.
Okay.
What you got to tell us about?
Well, yesterday I called Norm Bennon and asked him if he would like to support Spinal Bift Awareness Month, and he agreed to do it in October. So
that's big news.
Excited about that.
That's big news.
Yep, it is.
That's wonderful. I mean, that is, Quentin. Yeah, and he's a good guy, too.
He really is. I talked to him on the phone. He seems like a really good guy, just like Morgan.
Yeah, I've met him in person. I've had my picture made with the guy. He's just super nice, and he drives a nice truck. He was, I think he's went back to his number 57, Norm Benning has, but he changed that number here a while back to 6 or something, but I think he's gone back to 57.
Okay.
But that truck's beautiful. It's red.
Oh.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good fella. Norm Benning, yes.
Yep, Norm is. I hate to see he got in that bad wreck I think it was the last race he was in that bad wreck.
I am proud. Hang on just a minute, Quentin. I am proud that another one of my good buddies, Kyle Lockrow, will be driving the number 7 car for Mullins Racing at Daytona International Speedway. Beautiful car, and a lot of thanks to Dominic Casalo, Willie Mullins, and Dana Thompson, and the Mullins Racing Crew for the opportunity to get to do that. And he brought the news here on the Whoop on Wheels show that he's going to be in ARCA next year. So I'm glad to see Kyle, Big G, and Quentin pull it out. You know.
Well, if
Norm's
listening, I would like to thank him.
Yeah, Norm Benning, Quentin, if you're listening, Quentin Moore is wanting to thank you for everything you've done with him. We'll thank Norm Benning also here at the WOOP on Wheels.
That's right.
For doing that.
Yes, sir. All right, guys.
Hey, we appreciate you.
Thank you, Quentin.
Good news. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Quentin Moore. There's a little go-kart running and stuff like that. And sitting here looking on Facebook, Mr. H bought him a new black. I'm talking about Mr. Hendricks.
Yeah.
Has bought a new black guy.
Speaking of Mike, Martin, hear you.
Must be a black Camaro. Look at that. What is that?
Camaro.
We are waiting on our good buddy. And I got to take this call offline here. Go ahead and talk a little bit.
Yep.
Hello?
We will do that.
Is this Cody? Hey, Cody.
I'm on a.
Back on the other line. I know it was busy.
Let's see. Heads Up Power Designs. Let's go over to Heads Up Power Designs here at 60 Mouse Creek Road, Cleveland, Tennessee. Go over and see Carmen Wilson 9 to 5 Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Get your hair cut. Fast Eddie, we're going to send him over and get him a big old buzz there and get that.
Keep the phone lines open, folks.
Get that ponytail cut off. He's got a ponytail growing back there, and we can't have that. 476-5722 or 339-3538. That's their number over there. Yesterday's at Willie's, and we got a phone call.
Yep, and it's I believe it's Mr. Cody Connor. Cody?
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, you doing? You got Fast Eddie and Big G here.
Hey, Cody.
How's your racing season been for you?
It was started out to a very rough start. The very first couple of races, the very first race actually in the lead 4 laps ago, transmission broke. Second race, we actually missed that one due to a blown motor. And the beginning of the season wasn't the greatest for us. And towards the second half, it actually really picked up for us. And out the season with 5 wins. 5 wins out of the 10 races I started. And getting the most wins out of everybody in the Pro All-Star Series. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I made a super late model debut at Hickory Motor Speedway on September 20th. And had some help from Jeff Foltz and Lee Folk Racing, and ended up finishing 4th out of the 33 cars that competed. And it was a very good learning experience, especially racing with the big guys and was learning from them. It was very good learning experience, and a lot of the guys gained a lot of respect for me, and I thought that was very cool.
Now, Cody, you're 13-year-old, correct?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And you do. I've seen you've won some races before. I know you have because I've talked to you about it, right?
Yeah. My career, I have 145 wins and 12 championships.
How many championships?
12.
Man. And that's within how many years?
9.
Wow. Man, I tell you, you're going to be a driver.
Yeah, you wait till you get the age. You'll be in this NASCAR.
I hope so. I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be there. And you'll probably have the sponsorship to help you get through it, too, won't you, Cody? I mean, these people that sponsor you now have got to do it then if you get up to that.
Well, yeah, I honestly just can't thank them enough. I have J. Con Insurance. That's my grandfather. And really, without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. And just CSC Automotive, Perfect Fuel, Aircom Audio, Race Day Bus, The Ray Plumbing, Drive Chef Shop, Jeff Foltz, Scott Fillmore, and Bob Park for everything they do for me. It's honestly just, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I would not be where I'm at now without them.
Now, did your grandpa race?
He did.
He did?
Yeah.
Who did he race for?
I'm not sure at the moment, but I know my grandfather raced, my dad raced, and my uncle raced.
Okay. Okay, well, good. That's good to know. But and what you're doing right now and the way you're cleaning up and bringing home the hardware, they better watch out.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be another Chase Elliott on their way.
Now,
I hope so.
Now, Cody, how do you like Hickory Motor Speedway? It's a good track, ain't it?
Oh, man. That place is awesome. My very first time there, I believe I was in a Bandolero, and no front suspension. It was bumpy, and just having an experience in the Bandolero, going from the transition from Bandolero to the late model, it was definitely not the same. But just going from late model and just learning, it's a really great track. I love it.
Now, are you still in late model, or have you moved up to Pro Series or Pro Cup? Or
I'm still in the late model, but my series is past the Pro All-Star Series, and I'm actually in the lower division. We don't have just that little bit of extra money to go up to the super late models, but for our plans for 2015 is to run the Pro late model the whole season, and if they have like off races where the super late models race with Tacoma Unwind or just one of them other series, we're going to see if we have a little bit extra to do one of them.
Yeah. Man, that'd be great. That'd be great. And Cody's car is beautiful. I've seen pictures of it. That thing is beautiful.
Yeah, somebody says that something about it. What is his uniform? Let's see. What did I see?
Everything about it, his whole deal is something else.
What does your uniform look like, Cody?
It's a tiger, just like the car.
Tiger stripe.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, that's what it. Donna Harris the bird. She watches you and follows you. She likes your fire suit.
Awesome, thank you.
So you got a lot of fans out there you just don't know about.
Yeah, Cody, you're kicking the numbers up on the internet here. You're kicking numbers up on it. You and Timmy Hill's been kicking some numbers up, along with Lauren Rainier. Is kicking some numbers up tonight on the internet.
That's great. I mean, if you're not following me now, you can go like my Facebook fan page. It's Cody Connor Racing. My name is spelled KODIECONNER. And you can follow me on Twitter at Cody Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think I got you on Twitter.
Donna told me, I think she's telling me said her name wrong. It's DeBoard.
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Harris?
I don't remember what I said.
Brother.
I'm telling her now I'm from far south.
Big G is as far from the south as you can get. He's down in the hole.
I'm from the far south.
That's fun.
Yeah, I mean.
Now, where are you from, Cody?
Annapolis, North Carolina.
Okay, so you was born and raised there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, you don't talk as country as I do anyway.
Hey, Cody, I've already been following you.
Awesome, thank you.
Now you need to follow me.
I will do.
You know my name on there. It's Eddie Radford 57.
Let me go in here and see about him.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Cody's got all kinds of pictures on Twitter. And he put it on here tonight, too, just like I did. WhoopFM.com, tune in. That's why them numbers kicking. And that's good. That's what I wanted you to do. That's great. Your fire suit is Tiger, ain't it? Just same as the car.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I'm going to put Cody's name in here and see if I can't get him to follow me. He probably tell me to go jump in the lake.
Do you like it? I mean, yeah, racing is right down your alley, right, Cody? I mean, you've been doing this since you was able to walk, I guess. How old was you when you started, Cody? 6?
I started racing a quarter midget at age 4.5. That's when, from 4.5 to 5 years old, that's whenever they would have you learn the different flags and how to drive and all that fun stuff.
That's something else. Yes. That is something else.
It was definitely a blast.
Okay, I've got you. Oh, Cody Connor Racing is what I'm friends with. I'm not friends with just Cody Connor. Now I am. I just clicked it. Now I've got Cody Connor Racing I had that. Following that, now I'm following you as Cody Connor. How's that?
Thank you.
Now, are you got a red shirt on, red-headed?
Yeah.
That's you, ain't it? Okay, I got it. I'm going to add him as a friend. There we go.
That's Cody back in a little bit younger days. He's not old now, by no means at 13, but that must have been back when he was a lot younger.
Well, I know he ain't the one who got the beard. I don't reckon it's you got the beard.
Cody drives number 45.
If he's got a beard, he's starting off early.
Don't you, Cody? Ain't you in number 45?
Yes, sir.
What got you to take that number, Cody?
The 45 was actually my grandfather and my dad.
Okay.
It's just been passed down.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what's the name? Light Middle School?
Quarter Light Middle School, yep.
Yep. Man, I tell you right now, that boy right there's going to make a race car driver.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Cody don't end up being another Chase Elliott.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him there.
I will tell you, I did get to test an ARCA car at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Wow.
And at Chicagoland Speedway.
How'd you like that now? Tell us about that.
That was definitely an adrenaline rush. Ooh. The thing that got me at Charlotte was coming off of turn 4 where they have like a little trioval.
Yeah.
I guess you call it dog leg.
Uh-huh.
That comes at you so fast. I thought I was going to hit the wall. It made me nervous the first couple of laps. But after that, I kind of just got used to it. And it was definitely a blast.
Cody, I got to say one thing to you there, buddy.
Whew.
I see where you won the checkered flag and you got the American flag in the other hand. That right there really touches me. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ain't too many people does that.
Do you do that, Cody, when you win a race, have the American flag when you do the checkered flag? Yeah, that's what it's showing there.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I try to. Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
AMS Oil. Now, where are they out of? AMS Oil racing.
AMS Oil?
Yeah.
They're all over the place. I'm actually an AMS Oil dealer, so if you guys need any AMS Oil, you can contact me and I'll get you all hooked up.
Okay, because see, we don't see that here. The only thing we have here is Quaker State, Kendall, Pennzoil, and I'm trying to think another. I think 2 or 3. We ain't got but like 5 different oils here where we're at in Tennessee.
Used to have Havoline. I think it's still
Havoline. We still got Havoline. I'm pretty sure we got Havoline, but yeah, so that's pretty good oil then.
Oh yeah.
Now they got it in the synthetic.
Yep, the very first in synthetics.
Oh, okay. I might have to get in touch with you then where I can get a case sent down this way.
I know last year we were running AMSOIL, and whenever the motor blew up, when they took the motor apart, everything looked brand new still in it. Everything looked brand new. And we were using AMSOIL, and so that's why I gain a lot of respect for using AMSOIL. And you use AMSOIL for your truck or your car, you only have to change it once a year.
Yep, right there it is. Yep, first in synthetics.
Yep.
Now, it's pretty high, though, isn't it, Cody? Priced? Or is
Not really. Honestly, no.
Huh.
Well,
I'll
have to, if you see us where we did you on Facebook, I can always instant message you or something there, and I can always get you, give you my address or however I can get the oil from you and get it sent down this way.
All right, I will do. Sounds good.
That way, that'd be one way we can sponsor you and buy the product.
Appreciate it. I really do.
So,
well, Cody, you got any big plans for 2015 season?
Honestly, just seat time. That's all. Just like I said earlier, on the pro late model for the whole season, if they have an off race where just the super late models and the Coma or any other series are going to race, we're going to try and race that. And just if there's any other racing, like how they have like the Turkey Derby, where that's just any other race, like modified racing or something like that, my dad and I will try and go up there and just get the feel of racing somewhere else.
Yeah, they got that snowball derby going on in Florida. You know about that, or ever heard about that?
I will be at the PRI.
Yeah.
The very first PRI next week, and I'm very excited for that.
Oh, yeah. Well, Cody, it's been a pleasure talking with you, buddy.
Thank you.
You're always good to have on the show, and pretty good about when I holler for you. You're pretty well will do it, and that's good.
I appreciate you having me.
We'll get you back on here before February.
Sounds good.
And Big G ain't got nothing else to say. We will. Good luck to you in 2015.
Yes, sir. Good talking to you, Cody.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Cody Connor, 13-year-old Bandolera Pro Series.
12 championships.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And here is Red-Headed Wildcat on here.
I just have a question.
Shoot.
How do I get a picture of the superstar and his autograph?
He's in. Where's he at? He went to Texas, you said.
I want a picture of him, and I want his autograph.
Well, I know that he's supposed to be coming back through. He called me after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he said on Friday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he called me, and he said that he was mad at me because I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't talk to me.
And so he's supposed to be coming back through right before Christmas. He says he'd be back
because
through.
you're the one that set that up.
Yeah.
Can you get me a picture and an autograph?
I'll try to get one for you.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, anytime. Where you been?
I've just been sitting here listening to y'all.
No, acting like
we've been busy, Red.
Yeah, you took up our first 30 minutes, Eddie. It makes me mad.
Well, guess what? Big G, you can blame it on Big G for next week. He's done good.
The first 30 minutes belongs to us.
Yeah, and he's done got it booked.
It's done booked, honey.
He booked it tonight. I don't know why he did that.
That's because the people that is going to be on here can't be on here no 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
But right now, Red, we got 8:30 open. 8:30's wide open.
See, that
at this
could be
point.
your 30 minutes.
So we have to wait till 8:30, right?
Not really. We'll get it all worked out. We may go on the air about 6 o'clock next week.
That'd be good.
We may open it up at 6.
Put some more time on the radio, and then you'd have more time for people.
Yeah, but that makes more time we have to be here.
Well, that don't kill you sitting down there, does it?
Yeah, these chairs do.
It does because my foot's hurting.
Bring you a cushion.
No, I need a recliner.
Well, get you a recliner in there.
I can't even get a 2-line phone down here, let alone a recliner.
But, Red, we got a good show next week. Got Brad Gilley from Sirius XM Radio, Morgan Shepherd, Eric Wallace again. I didn't keep him but about 15 minutes tonight, and he's got a lot to talk about. So we're going to get him back on here and let him have 30 minutes of time next week.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to have Uncle D back on here. Did you ever hear Uncle D call in here? His name's Denny Snyder.
I don't think I did.
Oh, he's great. He's got something to do with the handicap racing.
Uncle D.
Yeah, and he goes by Uncle D. He's a real nice fella. Where's he from?
He's from Canada.
He's
he lives
from Canada.
in Canada. He's the one that makes all the, like a handicapped person can't walk or they got use of their hands. He sets the van up or their cars up where that they can use the brake and the gas with their hands.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard him.
Well, he's coming back on here next week at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Well, good.
Real nice fella out of Canada.
Yeah. Now, he does this stuff for charity too. He don't do it to make money on it. He does it.
Any money off of it? Oh, okay.
So he's a real nice guy.
And we could use 830 as Redhead Wildcat.
Yeah.
But I tell you right now, if I don't get my picture and my autograph, I'm going to get mad.
Well, you can't get mad at me because I don't know the superstar. I just met him last week in the studio, and he was...
I know that Big G does.
Big G's one that wrestled with him or wrestled against him. Or did you manage him? Who?
No.
What? Tell me.
I helped manage him, and I wrestled against him, too.
Well, let's put it like this, Big G. I know your address. I know where you live.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You just know I live up in Polk County.
I know where you live.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
No, you don't.
You want to bet me money that I can't drive straight to your house?
I bet you money you can't drive straight
You
to my
shouldn't
house.
have done that. You shouldn't have said that.
Do that, Big G.
Yeah. Now you're going to find something.
Because you're not going to drive.
Why not?
Because you ain't got nothing to drive.
No, but I know somebody that has.
You said you was going to drive.
Well, I'll drive the car.
Yeah, I bet you will.
They'll come with me.
Yeah.
But I can do it.
Yeah.
That'll be Bullet.
No.
She'll bring Sid.
No, I don't. Don't even say that.
Well, you'll bring Ella.
No. It's a friend of mine. And it's a woman. It's not a man.
Oh. Oh. Well, what about that?
And we can go anywhere.
Oh, can you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because we have a tracker.
Well, the thing about it, though, is you got to ask for permission before you can cross Polk County line.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Why does she have to ask?
Because there's a guy sits down there all the time where you can ask for permission.
Now, Big G, I've done been to Polk County. I know better than that.
Well, if you're going to come see me, you got to have permission. Because I am a star.
Well, you might as well give me permission. Because
I don't have to give you permission, Red.
Well, whether you do or not, I can come up there.
Because see, when people come down my road, I know who's who and who's what and all that, and I know if it's some strange car.
Well, this will be a brand new silver car.
It don't matter because I start shooting at it anyway.
Oh, come on.
My car, now you're in trouble.
I shoot, then I ask questions later. That's what we do in Polk County.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Well, this way you better...
Meet any of these old Georgia people, did you?
We don't care about Georgia people.
I thought you did because you like Georgia.
And Polk County.
You know what? If you come up there in Polk County, and when you come up there where the city limits is, if you see a car pulled over, it'd be a Georgia car.
You think so?
I know so because I worked up there as a deputy. I know what to do.
Oh, they get them out-of-state cars anywhere. You go to Georgia and see what they'll do for you with a Tennessee tag.
They don't do nothing to me.
I've been up there and got pulled over.
I went through Eton one time. I wasn't even paying no attention. And,
We went through Alabama, too, didn't we?
Yeah. We was flying through Alabama.
And he just flashed his lights.
Yeah. He's just telling us hello.
Well, up there, they're kind of, the other people, they're kind of nice. They warn you if there's a cop sitting somewhere.
Well, they don't even warn you there in Polk County if there's a cop sitting there because he sits in
Cops said that in Polk County. I've been up there enough to know, Big G.
one. Tell me one place they sit.
They sit behind a low tree out there right before you get into town.
No, they don't sit there no more.
They don't?
No. See, I've already told you they don't sit there. Only thing, two places they sit. Municipal building, and there's one place up above the municipal building where the cut through is, and they sit right there.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me.
See, you just told her.
But the thing about it, you don't know where they're at the municipal building because you can't see them.
I know they're somewhere around there, though. I know when to slow down, when to not.
But they do. Then what gets me, I'll be going through there, and I do 50 through there anyway, but they know my trucks and everything, cars, and then they'll get past the municipal building and they'll think, I got it made now, and they'll floorboard it, and they'll be sitting up top of the hill up there, and they'll get them.
Lord mercy. It's something else, Red.
Oh, yeah.
I laugh at them. I go by and wave at them.
But I love going to Polk County. I'd kind of like to live in Polk County.
It's nice living up there.
Yeah. I like that little town.
So you're wanting a picture of the superstar and a signed autograph. How hard is that going to be to try to get that worked out, Big G?
Won't be hard. I gotta wait till he gets back down here before Christmas. He's supposed
Can
to
I get it by Christmas?
Yeah, he's supposed to be down here the week before Christmas. He's supposed to be here, and he said that he's gonna stop in and see me.
You know, Bullet forgot to get one, and he was wanting one. Or he wanted something signed, Bullet did.
He wanted me.
But you wouldn't hear, so you missed the whole thing.
Well, I didn't even know he was going to be there.
I didn't either. All of a sudden, Big G had told me about the about the superstar going to be in here. Boy, he's a rough-looking dude. God.
That's what I hear.
He's very rough-looking. I wouldn't want to mess with the guy.
I need a picture of that.
All right, we'll get you one.
The guy he sat here and fumed the whole time that Sid was talking to him. Like, if Sid had been in here, if Sid had been sitting where I'm sitting, he'd have knocked him out. Because he took a swing at me once. And I hadn't said a thing.
Well, that's
he was getting mad and wanted me to hang the phone up from him. Because if he wouldn't come down, he said. So, I don't know.
That's one thing he called to talk to me about. Asked me, was he drunk or what? And I said, no. I said, he's just crazy.
No, Sid's not crazy. Sid's got as much sense as anybody does.
Well, I had to tell him something. If I didn't, then I'd be in the same shape.
Oh. Brother.
You don't know the man like I do.
No, I don't know him, period. I don't really want to know the guy after he looked at me one time. Like
I've never really
beat me.
seen him. I don't know what he looks like.
He's a rough-looking dude, man. And I was going to take his mask off, and he come up out of that chair on me.
That's the reason you nearly got hit then, wasn't it?
That, plus I was aggravating him, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can aggravate somebody to death.
You can aggravate them till you can get whooped.
That's what I thought. That's why I shut up when I did. About the time I needed to.
Right. Okay, I'm going to let y'all.
All right.
See you, Red.
Bye.
Bye. Redhead Wildcat.
It's time to go to
Now,
the barn.
listen, it's about time to go to the barn. But next week's show right now is Brad Gilley at 6:30. Brad Gilley. Morgan Shepherd at 7 o'clock. 7:30, Eric Wallace.
Eric Wallace.
With R&D and that other Ricky Stenhouse's Tire Carrier.
Yeah.
And for 2015. And then we are going to have Uncle D call in next week. It'll be a pleasure. Out of Canada.
Out of Canada.
Is he out of Quebec?
I think so. I think that's where he's out of.
Go ahead, caller. You're live on the Whoop.
I said, are you going to drive the Whoop van in the Christmas parade?
No, I'm not going to be here. I've got to be out of town.
Well, Mark's not going to be in the parade either, so maybe they'll let me drive it.
Well, they might. I don't know. Big G might drive it.
I'm out of town. Well, I got to work. I ain't out of town. I got to work.
I don't think I won't drive it from what you said. Didn't you say it locked up on you one time?
It did. Front wheels locked up, and we skidded from Main Street in Cleveland all the way down the hill, all the way to the Whoop parking lot out here. I mean, the tires were about wore out.
Pro Dan probably drive it if it's running.
I don't know if Road Daddy usually rides in that horse and buggy with a Matador.
Yeah. Anyway, Mark said I talked to him this morning. He said he's not going to be in the parade.
No.
So,
I can. I've got to be out of town.
Well, guys, I've enjoyed the show tonight.
All right. You know how it is. The show, it gets good sometime, but Red's wanting an autograph picture of the superstar and a picture of him.
Well, that was the only thing I can do for her. I can get her a picture of Tommy Rich, but I don't think she wants a picture of the superstar. I don't blame her for that. I like to have one. And so maybe we'll both get one pretty soon.
Hey, that guy was rough, wasn't he, Bullet?
I tell you what, his arm is bigger than my leg. Yeah,
you seen what happened when I tried to get ready to pull the mask off, didn't you?
Yeah, he was standing up. And then I was sitting right next to him, so think of what I'd have got if he'd have wanted to floor me.
I know. I seen Bullet, and he's sitting there shaking.
Yeah,
Gerald.
Yeah, I wish I was here to see you.
Gerald said he don't know why we was both acting that way because he can talk to the superstar good and never flinch a muscle.
Well, I've been around wrestlers all my life, just sitting that close to him, and he was a big guy. He just made me nervous, really.
He did me too, really. I'd never had a wrestler in the studio.
Well, I'll tell you what, next time I'm gonna stand up at the end. I'm not gonna sit right beside him anymore.
I think next time I'll run. I won't even be here for him. I mean, let Big G do it. I can't handle that.
All right, guys, good talking to you, and I enjoyed the show.
All right. See you, Bullet.
See you, Bullet.
The Bullet.
Let's go home.
I'm ready. Cody Connor sent me a tweet on here. What did he put on here? He put something.
A tweet or?
Yeah, he tweeted. I thought he had me in there. Maybe I'm dreaming. I've been known to do that. Oh, it's Kurt Wilson did this at KCR 45. Nice job on the radio interview with Eddie Redford tonight. Why didn't he mention Gerald Elliott?
Who said that?
Kurt Wilson.
I don't know Kurt.
I don't know. He's another racer, I guess. All right, folks. It's been real. It's 9 o'clock. It's time to go to the barn.
Yep, we're going.
You know what a barn is. It's where I got to go.
Yep, that's where I'm going, to the poorhouse.
Yeah, and until next week, we'll have another great show next week. God bless the USA. God bless each and every one of you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
You are listening to WOOP LP,